Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Sulk stream. I'm your host, the Incredible Sulk, and I hope you guys are doing well tonight. Happy Friday. You know how Fridays go around here. They're nice and chill and, kind of do whatever I want. We have some things lined up tonight, and yeah, we're going to, as always, just see how things go. But this is my Friday, too. All right, so if you have a video you want to pitch, do it. Maybe a dono would be nice here and there. You do you. But welcome. I hope you guys had a good day today. I hope you guys are chill, feeling good, being calm. That's important. Tonight we're doing the healthcare system, and I know this is a subject, right? There's all kinds of problems with the United States healthcare system. I mean, it's way overpriced. That's why people constantly go overseas to get, surgeries and dental work and hair plugs and, kidneys and stuff like that, because it is vastly cheaper. Sometimes it's dangerous, yeah. But you know what else is also dangerous? Is paying $1 million. That's dangerous. Because what's the point? If you're $1 million in debt, you're just like, okay, it's over. You lost the game. Right, so might as well fly to Thailand or the Filipinos and harvest Frozen's organs, because maybe not his organs. His are probably all fucked up. But you know what I mean. It's a problem. It is an all-around problem, and we're gonna be talking about it tonight. And then we might hop on over to Tradwives. Maybe we'll see what happens. But yeah. I think we should just jump into this evening's episode and have a good time. So thanks for coming. Get comfy, get cozy. If you're working, keep working. And if you are driving, continue to drive and drive safely. I would appreciate that very much. Anyways, guys, happy Friday to everybody. I'm the Incredible Sulk. This is the Sulk stream. And this is called Apparently Even Doctors and Nurses Are Being Laid Off. Enjoy.
Most doctors, apparently gonorrhea is actually hereditary.
No.
All right, we sound good.
Do we sound good? I'm right in front of his face, but I know you guys don't. I mean, my face is the face that matters. My face is the important one, right? We can all agree on that. Look, this isn't a debate, okay? And he's got this weird 1990s kind of thing going on, where, I'm not, ragging on him. In fact, he's younger than me. I think he's a couple years younger than me. But, the high school bully from, the 1995 thing with the leather jacket and shit, I mean, you're going to rock that? You know what? I'm not judging you. You do you. You're doing better than me anyway, so there you go.
Nurses are being laid off. But before we do this, guy, I want to go to an actual doctor talking about this whole insurance debacle.
Healthcare is expensive, Ardenshire, and he pops my Ko-Fi right in there. By the way, I figured out my Ko-Fi, and there was people saying things. Hot Dog says Peener money. Big Z says good work, sir. Appreciate that. B-Sab posted a link. And Christian just called me an N. Okay. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that.
Hey guys, it's Dr. Potter, and I think it's time that we
Hillbilly Harry O'Neas, what's up, guys?
You may have heard the news that with insurance companies, profits are down, and they're saying premiums are going to go up. And
oh no, profits are down. Oh no, shit, the insurance company is struggling. What are we going to do? Fuck them, maybe? Maybe fuck you guys. Fuck you. I hate the insurance companies. I hate that it's a law. It's a law that you have to have insurance. I mean, sure, for auto insurance, you don't technically need to have it. But if you want to get around in the United States and be a functioning member of society, you have to have car insurance. And so they all work in cahoots. They're a racket, right? And so it's price fixing, right? A crime. They're not actually competing with each other because they're not selling a product. No, they're not selling a product. They're just, okay, you give us money, and then when you want it back, we're going to give you the fucking finger. That's what we're going to do. I hate insurance companies.
all of that. I think that
Oh,
one
look
way
at
to
that.
respond
Did
is
somebody hit my
by saying,
Ko-fi?
okay, I guess we have to buckle down and pay.
I saw my PayPal go off. Hold on. I saw my PayPal go off. Was that did that come from Ko-fi? Ko-fi, did you get something? Yeah, it was Big B. Towards your BBL surgery in Mexico. Thanks. I don't need, you know what? I like my cakes. I think my cakes are well done, so I don't, I'll just keep that for something else. Maybe I'll get like a buckle fat type of thing or get like duck lips. Big old duck lips. Would I look better with that? I mean, like, I'm doing fine. I think we all can agree. I've already said this.
Pay more.
Thank you for the $5.
I think saying that profits are down for insurance companies is really saying, okay.
Did you ever get a new couch? Yeah, I got a new couch. And they got fucking afraid when I said I was streaming it. Then they didn't stop calling me. Then they did not stop calling me back. And they were all like, okay, we have delivery. It's coming. I'm like, okay, all right. And yes, I did get a new couch. So it worked. The plan worked, guys. We scared them good. It was actually incredibly effective.
To ask Americans to do something hard.
It's not a pullout. No.
We're about to ask Americans to pay more for a product that hasn't been meeting their needs. And what I want us to think about is whether paying into a system that hasn't been working for us and paying more for that care is really in our best interest as a society.
No. Because, like, look, the healthcare system wouldn't cost so much if the government wasn't involved at all. You see this in, like, industries that aren't, like, heavily regulated, like LASIK eye surgery. The government doesn't really mess with, like, LASIK eye surgery. So you get, like, LASIK eye surgery in malls, and it's like $250 an eye, right? It might make you go blind. Sure, that's a risk you run. But since the government isn't involved in it, it doesn't cost $20,000 to do. When the government sticks its grubby little fingers into things like this, the prices skyrocket. And it's more about control than anything else. That's all it is. It's about control. They want you to have a job. So that's the only real way to get insurance. Because if you self-pay through insurance, it's like, what, $1,000 a month for like a family minimum? It's insane. It is you know the last time I went to the doctor? It must 10 years? No, maybe not. 7 years. I would think 7 years or something like that. Because I thought I was going to die, but it just turned out to be gas.
So throwing good money after bad is usually not a good idea.
Personally,
men don't go to the doctor. You know who goes to the doctor is women. Women go to the doctor all the time, which I kind of understand because they're cantankerous, right? They're like an unreliable car. You always need new parts and stuff like that. And so they're going to the doctor 3, 4, 5 times a year just to make sure everything's like chemically balanced. And what chemical, it doesn't matter, right? They're all over the place. Women use healthcare a lot. Men never go to the doctor. I never go to the doctor, and I'm going to not go to the doctor as long as possible. Unless my arm gets blown off by a claymore, I'm not going to the fucking doctor.
and this is not financial advice. And
Specifically a claymore, too. If it gets blown off when I'm, like, I don't know, playing with fire and propane, then that's on me. I'll just, like, cauterize it with a clothes iron, and then we're good to go. Keep slamming beers because it's the 4th of July. That seems like something I would do on the 4th of July.
no doctor. I'll take a
That's
look.
me on the 4th of July.
I just haven't had health.
How many? Look, I've been in Florida for like 4 or 5 years. 5 years, I think. Every 4th of July came out. Got 'em all. In California, we don't get fireworks.
Insurance in about 8 years. I just refuse.
Big B says they got to pay for the malpractice insurance. Some states charge more than others. Sure. Yeah, of course. Well, Don't be so fucking bad at your job. You know how many people die from malpractice in the United States? It is a leading cause of death. A lot of people die from malpractice. There is a lot of very negligent doctors. You know why? It's because they keep putting these DEI doctors through medical school. All these women and these colored folks, get pushed through these academic institutions, and then they go on and they skyrocket the rates because now the insurance companies have to cover all their blunders. How many people have had relatives die due to your grandma got a bad medication, or a nurse gave you something that you were actually allergic to, or somebody left a pair of scissors inside of your uncle or something like that. You hear about that shit all the time. Why are you so bad at that? Why does that happen so often? I'm not saying there's not frivolous lawsuits. I'm not saying that. But there is a lot of very legitimate lawsuits out there. And so, what do you want? Just don't suck at your job so bad. And it's not like we can't make it illegal to sue doctors, because then they're just going to be completely lazy. A lot of them are pretty lazy as it is.
Who's to do it?
Here's the thing about doctors. They've been gassed up their whole life, especially the female ones. They've been gassed up their whole life to think they're fucking geniuses because they do well in school, which does not make a genius. It means you're good at following directions. That's kind of the opposite of genius, in my opinion. So they do well in school, and then they go to medical school, and then medical school is almost completely funded by pharmaceuticals, like pharmaceutical industries, Merck, Pfizer, that kind of thing. They don't teach like diet and exercise at medical school. No, they're all like, oh, Ozempic, Paxil, Ativan. These will take care of everything. Anything that's wrong with them, just write them a script. The entire medical industry has turned into a pill mill, right? The only real necessary thing that medicine currently does is trauma surgery, right? You get in a car accident and you get cut in half or something like that. They will do medical miracles to sew you back together and shit like that. If you get cancer, consider yourself dead, because they're not going to help you. They just will not help. They're going to make it worse, and then they're going to charge your family $1 million, right? They're like, we're gonna bill you a lot and then just poison you. We're going to poison the shit out of you, and hopefully that stops the cancer from growing and spreading and shit like that. Yeah, that's the best we can do. Been doing it for the last half century. Hasn't worked yet, but we're making good money. Oh, you want to do another race for the cure? Because, cancer research? Oh, some dumb bitch dancing on TikTok won an award for her cancer research. Bullshit. I'm so sick of all this fucking cancer research and oh, look, she's done this great work with cancer. No one is figuring out cancer. All right? Because I think somebody already has. I think a number of people already have. And then they end up at the bottom of the ocean, or their cars explode, or suicide by sniper or something like that. Cancer is a $1 trillion industry. It's $1 trillion. And it's got hundreds of thousands of jobs involved. If somebody came in overnight and just said, oh, hey, if I just mix these two medicines together, that cures 99% of cancers, they'll kill that person. You know how many mortgages that is? You know how many college tuitions that is? You know how many people that would absolutely upend and destroy their lives? You know how many people at the top that have billions and billions invested in cancer research? It's too top heavy. This is the problem. The entire industry is just way too top heavy. If you were to invent a cure for cancer tomorrow, it would destroy the GDP. America's GDP is largely propped up by either tech or fucking cancer and Medicare, like medical stuff, right? If you take out one of those legs, it's just going to, it's going to fall. No one's going to solve cancer in this system. If the system breaks down and it completely collapses, I wouldn't doubt if they figured it out next week, tomorrow. I really, really wouldn't.
Every year when I go do my taxes, well, now I do my taxes.
And you might be like, John, rich people get cancer. Steve Jobs got cancer. Yada yada got cancer. Yeah, well, Steve Jobs wasn't a trillionaire. Nobody's a trillionaire. Nobody's messing with that big of an industry, right? They'll throw the best of them under the bus for that kind of cash.
3 fucking times a year. It's annoying. Every time I see my accountant, he thinks he's...
Background noise says they prescribed me malaria medicine. The last time I had a sinus infection, it fucked me up. Why? Why malaria medicine?
my uncle, and he gets on me
Big
about...
B says I had gauze left in me. I had to have another surgery to get it removed. There you go. There you go. Malaria medicine, gauze. It says companies use regulations to make it expensive for other businesses to compete. Yeah, naturally. You want to pull the ladder up behind you. Like McDonald's supporting environmental laws to make land too expensive for small businesses to afford it. But McDonald's still can. Yeah, exactly. This is pulling the ladder up behind you. And this is what an entire generation did to us. The boomers did this to us. They're all like, well, houses were cheap for us. You know, we could pay them off in a year or two. And now they're worth $600,000. So, sucks to be born after the year 1965. Thanks. Thank you.
about health insurance, and he goes, but you can afford it. And I go,
Hey,
but
Goofy
I don't
Boots.
wanna pay
No, I'm not starting
$600
over.
a month. And then he goes, but what if this happens? And I go, well, then I die. My point is that's my solution.
Yeah. I die. You know, I've been around for almost 38 years in December. 38 years. How many times have I actually needed to go to the hospital? I mean, like, I've broken bones, but, like, did I need to go to the hospital for that? I mean, need to? Like, would I have been, like, irreparable? No, I would have been fine. I would have had a couple of broken bones, but they weren't, like, shattered. They didn't explode, right? There's just a couple hairline fractures in an arm, right? It'll be fine. It's a little wonky. It's fine. I could have legitimately never gone to the hospital my entire life, including vaccines. And I would have been better off than I am now. You ever think about that? You ever think about that shit? And then that's no health insurance, no fucking doctor's visit, nothing. Nothing. There is not one time in my life where it was a life or death situation that I would have to go to the hospital. Never. Never. So if it came down to it, no. Don't pay for it. Don't pay for health insurance. Besides, people don't pay for health insurance all the time. And you know what happens when they get into a car wreck or get shot on the street or something like that? They go to the hospital and they get stabilized, and then they either get, ejected from the hospital because they can't pay, and that's it. They don't let people die. It's against the law to let somebody die, right? They'll bill you, but then they just throw it in the fucking garbage can, right? So why do I have to pay for people who are fiscally irresponsible? Why is that my job?
Solution to the whole problem. And let's not forget about the doctors and nurses getting laid off. So I think that's safe to say that a lot of other people are probably not paying insurance anymore. And also,
Big B says $250K a year for insurance? For malpractice insurance? How much does a doctor get paid? I mean, sometimes it's over $250K, but not like in residency where they're bound to make a lot of, mistakes like that. Is it worth becoming a doctor? I mean, you go to school for 9 years or something like that, And then you come out and you're going to be making okay money, right? You know, $100,000 to start off at least, right? And then if you go up, you're probably making $350K a year if you're a good doctor. But then you still have all that medical, all those school debt, and then you have medical insurance on top of that. And so it kind of doesn't, it's not as good of a life as you had anticipated when you went into med school, right? You're still kind of, You're making more than Nancy Pelosi, that's for sure. But she lives in a fucking castle. And like you might have a boat and live in a track house and stuff like that. And you can cover your bills and shit like that. But you're not making Nancy Pelosi money, insider trading and stuff. No.
So the Medicare and stuff like that. But I don't know.
Oh, Big B says 250,000 malpractice deaths a year. God, that's a lot. That is a lot of deaths. And each one of those is probably a lawsuit. So that's insane. That is insane. That is insane. Think about the lawyers that like sue for these people. They must be raking in cash. Raking in cash.
And once we realize that we're getting a lot of denials and insurance companies are controlling care and controlling access, is that really a system that we want to feed more money?
No.
By the way, background noise. Malaria medicine can make you go insane. I forget what they use, like quinine or something like that. Which is the same stuff they use to sweeten like gin and tonics. I'm pretty sure it's something like that. If you take large doses of that shit, it'll make you freak out. I've seen that happen. I've seen people take large doses of that because it's like an anti-malarial, right? It doesn't keep you from getting malaria. But if you get malaria, it won't be as bad. But it makes them go weirdo. It makes them go crazy. And malaria can kill you, don't get me wrong. But it's not that bad. It's not that
what
bad.
What I want you to think about is whether you could get a catastrophic policy and then get the rest of your health care in the open market.
Catastrophic policy? What the shit is that, Nestor? You look up what the hell a catastrophic policy is? I mean, that's probably something serious. You need surgery, brain surgery, cancer, colon problem.
Look, if I got cancer, I don't think I would do anything about it. If I went to a doctor, which I wouldn't do in the first place, and they're all like, oh, you got butt cancer, it's real bad. I'm like, okay, well, okay, bye. I'm not doing anything. I'm not having doctors dig around in my butt and be like, oh, yeah, it's riddled with cancer. There's cancer everywhere. Here, have some of this poison and some of this radiation. That'll definitely make you healthier. I'll be like, cancer's probably fine. Is it really that bad if I just have some cancer? Can I live with it? Like what? I know there's some cancers that like spread and eat your body and stuff like that. I understand that. But like, are there some cancers that you could just kind of have for like a few decades that don't eat your body? That's a legitimate question because I bet there's probably tons of people who have cancer and then they just never go to the doctor. So they're all like, I had no idea I had cancer. Okay. You know, just old, you know, we're going to have cancer. You're probably going to have a little cancer. You know, it's not that big of a deal. You ever think about that? That like maybe cancer is not the biggest deal in the world? That it's not an automatic death sentence and they just put you through the ringer just so they can extract as much wealth out of you as possible before, I don't know, they kill you with like chemotherapy and radiation and a botched surgery. You ever think about that? No, you walk in and they're like, you got it. You got sweet lady cancer. It's all up in your nuts and shit. I'm going to do stuff. I'm going to cut your nut off. I'm going to cut your fucking nuts off. No. You can say that. You can say that. No. Sure, there's cancers that, like, are bad. And, like, they're like, oh, you have 2 months to live. Okay, well, then what's the point of even trying? What's the point of it? What I'm saying is I'm not going to get fucking cancer care. All right? If it's my time, it's my time. And I'll go, bye, goodbye. I'm not going to leave my family with a huge ass fucking bill. Goodbye. No. Fuck you. Just so you can line your goddamn greedy pockets with more of my money? No, thank you. No, thank you.
It is a type of health plan with low monthly premiums and high deductibles designed to protect against major medical expenses like a serious illness or injury.
Rocky McCobb says oncologists are scum. Yeah. Especially those pediatric oncologists. Have you seen what they do to kids? They make them go bald and stuff like that and grant wishes and stuff. I didn't know kids were genies, but apparently they are. I don't know the lore behind that, but there is something where if a kid goes bald, he has the power to grant wishes. I just found that out.
Okay, how come I never heard of this catastrophic stuff? All right. I might have to look into that. I don't know.
Self-pay, direct care. There's a lot of...
Scott says terminal bucket list, don't give a fuck list. Yeah. Perfect. It's my DGAF list. Right? I'll jump out of a fucking airplane and see if I can land in another airplane. Right? I'll go out and do crime. Be like, what? I have cancer. They're like, oh, okay. Get out of here, you knucklehead. I'm robbing banks and shit.
companies out there doing that. There's a lot of options to do that. And this is not an...
Fuck, that's the whole premise behind Breaking Bad. He was like, fuck it. I'm going to sell meth now. I'm going to be a badass. And he lasted for like 5 years just being a badass. Was that cancer ever going to kill him? I didn't finish Breaking Bad. I didn't finish. Did he die? I don't care.
advertisement for those, and so I'm not going to mention them specifically here. But I think that
Scott says yes. Spoiler warning.
if you see your premiums going up, it's time to sit
I
down
know it's been like 10 years since it ended.
and ask, what would it cost for me to get my mammogram, my lab work, my colonoscopy?
Don't get mammograms. I've heard bad things about mammograms. That they actually like rupture the sac, right? Because like if you have a lump, it's in like a little sac, and they like squeeze your breast in like this cheese vice, and then it like ruptures it, and then it metastasizes and spreads to your lungs and your bones and stuff like that. If you just left it in there, it'd probably be fine. You just have lumpy boobs. But like, I mean, if you're old enough to get breast cancer, then your boobs are probably lumpy anyway. Yeah. So, bunch of cottage cheese in those bad boys.
My yearly checkup, out of pocket with my doctor, self-pay, not through insurance. And then have a catastrophic policy so that if something bad happens, I've got coverage for trauma or cancer. I just don't...
Can you look up what the average...
Ania says if I get cancer, I'm having them cut it out immediately. I'm not taking radioactive medicine in the hopes it kills cancer before it spreads. What if it's in your balls? What if it's in your balls? What if it's in your balls? I mean, if it's in your brain, they can't cut out your brain. So, you're dead anyway. But if it's in your balls, and then you're all like, well, you're going to take my balls? Nah. Nah, I've had a good run. At this point, I am past the point of no return. I'm middle-aged, I think. I don't know when I'm going to die. I could be way at the end of my life. I have no idea. But like, I mean, if it's easy to cut out, I'd consider it. But like, sometimes you have to take the hint, you know? Sometimes you have to take the hint. I'm not like gonna, cling to life. Like, oh my God, I love it so much. I don't want them to take me. No, I don't want to die. No, I'm not doing that. No. I'm gonna fucking party. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna probably hit the bottle pretty hard. and just see what happens. Probably do some traveling, go to Carnival down in Brazil. Check a few things off. See a cockfight. I don't know. Shoot a grenade launcher. Always wanted to do that. Just have a good time. I'm not going to blow all my money on clinging to life. Oh no, I'm going to ruin my family so you can have 5 more years with me that aren't even good because you have to change my diapers and shit. And it's going to cost $1 million. Yeah, you're all going to be poor because daddy wants to cling to life. That sucks. No, I'm good. Bye. Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. And then I just lay in that suicide machine. I jam that button. Whatever. I'm not going in the suicide machine. That's pussy shit. I'll jump off something high.
Average catastrophic policy costs, because I'm actually interested in that. Because a big thing for me is mine was kind of high, but even if it's 400.
Kabuki says, "Why is John covering the more handsome guy on screen?" Ow. All right. Oof.
A month. That's $4,800 a year.
What if I told you this guy has cancer? Is he still more attractive than me?
Insurance. It's like, how often do you really go to the doctor, right?
I don't know what women find attractive. If I were to have cancer, would I be more appealing or less? Would it be like some sort of Florence Nightingale thing where oh, he's got cancer? I don't know. Yeah, would a woman be more attractive with cancer? And I would say it depends. I mean, she would have to be hot before cancer, right? But after cancer, it'd be well, she's not going to tell anybody.
I usually go to the doctor twice a year. It costs me anywhere from $250 to $500. That's only $1,000 a year. It's not every year you're just getting cancer.
And I was telling Kabuki Todd, I was talking about this guy. This guy is a fucking. He's got this mid-90s bully thing with he should be wearing a leather jacket, stuffing kids into lockers and shit. Again, I'm not judging him. You do you, bro. I mean, that's the look you've been given, and so, rock it.
I think a lot of people though, diabetes. You got some kind of. You need a monthly medication. And also, I think it's we're kind of programmed into. What if something happens? The what if thing?
Big B says, I need to see how you look with a bandana on your head before I decide. Okay.
It's and I don't care if you have health insurance. Pay it all you want. We're just talking shit here, okay? I'm not trying to tell you to not have it. I'm just simply saying I certainly don't fucking have it. And I agree with the doctor here. You got that info?
Yeah, it says the average monthly premium is around $361
for catastrophic insurance.
The average monthly premium. Yep.
Oh, fuck them too. Anyways, back to Dr. Potter here.
Oh no, I have cancer. Sexy cancer. Stupid. So how's it look? This is my wife's skirt. Yeah, she hates it when I use her clothes. But is it good? Does it turn anybody on? Haha, now you are a hotter guy. Okay, great. So Kabuki's into it. Kabuki's into cancer. Got it. All right, everyone try. Kabuki loves cancer. She's tripping people at the race for the cure, right? She's fucking intentionally hobbing people. She's all you will not take those handsome men out of my life.
No, that.
Yes, I'm wearing your skirt, honey.
Allowing these systems to take our money and not be there when we need it. So for doctors out there, I'd say start to think about how you would price your service.
Hillbilly says Vato John. I like how I'm every race but the actual race I am. Everyone's all you got to be something else. You got to be something different. I'm no, I am a white man. All right. Okay. Make your guesses. You do that. Whatever. Nobody fucking understands. Fucking, I get Royce calls me Iranian. I'm shut up, you fucking Cuban. Shut up, you fucking Cuban.
And I'm doing that. I'm looking at my surgery center and saying, okay, if someone comes to me and they want breast reconstruction and they don't want to go through insurance, how do I
Background noise says, "You look like the old dude I used to lay concrete with." I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
price that? What does it cost?
Just
And how
because
can
I
offer
will.
that? And Americans, I would say, you have this power. Like, insurance companies actually aren't necessary for you to get just regular health care. What you need are good doctors, and you need for patients to have access to them and a way to pay for that. But we don't have to keep paying all of these exorbitant fees and extras just because we're going through an insurance company. It's a hard conversation, and obviously it's not right for everybody. But
So where did we land on the cancer thing? Who was that? Who is that chick? Her mom had Munchausen syndrome, and her name was like Rose or something like that. She ended up killing her mom, but she didn't actually have cancer. She just like shaved her head and stuff, and like convinced her she had cancer. Who would hit that? Who would hit that? You guys are real quiet, and I know you guys are lying. I know. Look, I'm not saying I would, but I know you guys are fucking animals. Gypsy Rose, that's the one. Thank you.
We've been told that being uninsured is like a super scary, dangerous thing.
Again, I have never been to the hospital where it was a life or death thing. I have been in car accidents. I've fallen out of trees. I've been in situations I should have died. A handful of, maybe half a dozen times. And every single time I walk away maybe with a scratch, maybe, but I'm like unbreakable, dude. And like, I know I'm getting older and that's not necessarily the case anymore, but there's been some shit I'm like, why didn't I die? Oh, well, and then I never think about it again.
Oh my God, the amount of people.
I never think about it again.
Oh, the amount of people in my comment section, in real life, not even the comment section, verbally making a comment to my face about not having health insurance. As if I'm nuts. And I'm just sitting there like, hey, I never told you not to have it. Right? Like
So boomers insist upon it because, well, when boomers were young, health insurance was like $20 a month. And then you get like full coverage and shit like that. But like now that they're older and they can afford it, even though it's $1,000 a month, they're like, yeah, it's still the same $20 a month in their minds, right? But they don't understand that, like, for people younger than them, that is an insane amount of money to be paying for health insurance for something that you will never use. God willing, you will never use, right? Yeah. So they're all like, oh, yeah, you can go better. No.
you never told, like, could you, if you were to sit here and go, yeah, dude, I pay $484 a month for health insurance, I'd be like, you're fucking insane. That's what I would tell you.
True.
That's what I would tell you.
Kabuki Tat says 40 is the new 30. Well, I'm still a few years off from 40, so I'm doing okay.
I go, so you mean to tell me you make $5,000 a month and you pay $500 for health insurance? I go, well, how much does all of your other insurance cost? Do you even have any money left over?
Do you know how much alcohol you can afford with that money? And just go the opposite direction. Be like, yes, I could spend $500 a month on health insurance, like insuring my longevity and stuff like that. Or I could just get I could get 100 bottles of Costco wine. And then, that's like 3 or 4 bottles a day. I could drink 3 or 4 bottles a day of Costco wine and really live, really live my life. Why do people, back in ancient Rome, that's what people did all the time. They constantly drank. There was nothing else to do. You just get hammered drinking wine every meal. Italians still do it.
After insurance?
That shit didn't, no, that didn't change, right? They still do that. And they live a long time, right? Health insurance? What the fuck is health insurance to them? They don't know that. What is health? They don't go to the hospital. They're not fat. But they constantly drink. They're constantly drinking.
All gone to ensure your future. Are you even going to have a future? you probably have no money left. That's kind of where I'm getting at. Is how do you?
Big B says $500 a month is average for a shit policy with a 5K deductible. Yeah, so even if you want to go, like, even for a checkup, it's like, yeah. I mean, that's not even worth having. Like, if you want a decent policy, you might be spending like $1,000 a month, maybe up to $1,400 for like a family plan type of deal. Yeah. And like, I got a family, and kids get hurt regularly. Sometimes you have to go to the hospital, but then you have to fucking pay a huge deductible anyway. And it's just like, Jesus. I took my kid to the hospital, and we do have insurance. We have actually pretty good insurance. Took my kid to the hospital. He got 6 stitches because he gashed his head falling out of a tree. And it cost me $600 with insurance. It was $100 a stitch just for someone to go like that. $100, $100, $100, $100, $100. Are you fucking serious? Are you for real? I could have done that with a staple gun. I honestly should have. Next time that happens, I'm going to get just that. Do that to him. There we go. Focus.
You pay for something if it keeps going up and up. And
I know. I should have just super glued it. But it was like, the first time we actually had to take him to the hospital, and we're like, we weren't thinking. There was a lot of blood. Okay, there was a lot of blood. We're like, we should just take him to the hospital. We have the money. It's fine. We could just take him to the hospital.
It's going to get to a point where you simply just can't pay for it. And then it's going to be normal. And then if you do have health insurance, you're going to be like, dude, you can afford health insurance? You're going to be rich if you can afford health insurance.
It's like a luxury.
Yeah, it's going to be a luxury. It's be like, yo, dude, did you hear Rick? He's got fucking health insurance, bro.
He's got that health insurance? What? And he never uses it. So he just pisses away money every month. I don't ever plan on going to the doctor. If I'm gonna die, which I kind of doubt because from the shit I've lived through, I would have to be shot in the head for me to be like, okay, maybe I should go to the hospital. But if I'm saying maybe we should go to the hospital, I'll be like, you know what? I can walk it off. Because I would have to be unconscious. And if I'm unconscious, do not take me to the fucking hospital. They'll harvest my organs, okay? Do not take me to the hospital. They will harvest my organs. Jess, are you listening? Jess. Do not let them harvest my organs. Don't.
Yeah. And then everyone's going to be sitting around going, how much?
Because they'll do that. He'll be like, oh, he's brain dead. I'm not brain dead. I'm just stupid, dude. Don't take my fucking organs.
Hey, what do you think he makes?
Is
it a lot? Next thing you know, your girlfriend's going to be going,
I'd go crazy, she said.
is Rick coming over? I heard he makes a lot of money.
Kabuki says, don't take John's huge hog. What? Like, somebody's going to take my wiener? Because of the trans people. Yeah, don't stitch my dong onto some chick, dude. No way. They're not going to treat it right. They don't know how to handle that bad boy. It's too much dick. They're a little person that's too much dick. They have no idea.
Just saying.
It's like giving a midget a Magnum 500.
Man, he's a doctor. Actually, doctors are. It's gonna get to the point where it's like doctors are like, no one has insurance. Gets to the point where doctors just don't even make any money. It's not even impressive anymore to be a doctor. Like,
it ain't, dude. When I hear somebody's a doctor, I'm like, oh, you got fucking bills then, huh? Ugh, that sucks. Wow, you went to, especially if they're a girl, right? Wow, you went to school till you're 30 and then decided you want to be a stay-at-home mom. That's got to be hard on your family. Oof.
like, you're a doctor? Who can afford you? He's like, they can't. I got a new job.
Okay.
I got a new job. Yeah, I'm working at Taco Bell. They actually, the perks, right? I get all the nacho cheese I can carry out in my pockets. I don't get the little lid things. I have to actually pour it into my pocket.
you have care provided for you, and then finding out that it's not there when you need it.
Background note says, smelling salts first, then harvest. Don't harvest my organs. And Jess, if I'm like knocked out, if I like get into an accident and I'm like in a coma or just like asleep or something like that, be like, no, he's fine. All right? They're going to be like, he's brain dead. He'll never wake up. They will say this to you. I'm fine. I promise you I'm fine. I cannot be clearer about this. I am okay. I'll wake up. Okay? I really will wake up. Don't let them take my fucking dong, okay? And then staple it on some chick's lap. Ugh. Ugh.
So maybe there's a difference between being uninsured and unprepared. And maybe there's a way to be.
Ania says transplant John Dong on an FTM named Joan. It spells Joan. John spells Joan. Okay, spell the word O. Like O. It's O-H. I'll put a J and an N in that mix. Joan! That's Joan. Okay? John is Jon. I don't care what the Bible says.
Be prepared to be healthy and take.
A social observer for 5. Thanks, buddy. Don't let them harvest your wiener. I know, dude. Everyone's after my wiener. It's just like, I'm flattered. I am. I really, truly am. But like, come on. This is getting embarrassing. It's my wiener. Okay? I do things with it that, it's used. Okay? It's used. Despite what you've heard, for another $5, thank you. I'm not sure why I haven't asked before, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on. Okay, sure. Why not? He gave us a link. Let's see what the link is. Is it me? Is it a dong transplant?
I'm Jay.
I'm from
What the fuck, man? Interracial, dude? That's not cool.
Manila.
That's the first thing I notice. It's like little Steve Urkel.
That was so scary.
I'm Jay. I'm 28 years old. And
What?
This is my fiance Pamela.
I'm Pamela. I am 30 years old, and this is my fiance Jay.
And this is Cheddar.
Oh my god. How much do these people cost to keep alive? Take their organs. I don't know where you put them. Transplant them into like a golden retriever or something, because they're not going to fit in a person. Just transplant them into a golden retriever so somebody's dog stays alive for another year. I mean, it's cheaper than those chairs. Honestly, this is way too much money to keep these people alive. Look, I know they have like the right to live. But, like, are you really making the best of it? And why? Do you really have to? Look. Why does it make me so angry that you're mini golfing and you're mini people? All right? I don't know why that upsets me. You can't go regular golfing? No, you're like, we're small. We're going to go tiny golf. It's a stupid. I don't know why that upsets me. That does, though. That makes me angry. Don't put my giant dong on this guy, all right? He would just fall forward.
We were both born with a super rare disorder.
Called osteogenesis imperfecta type 3.
Oh, imperfecta, huh? I'm perfect.
Damn, we really bad at this. We're awful.
Our condition.
If I was there, I couldn't stop staring at them. My son would be like, Dad, stop. I'd be like, shut up. He's only 4, but he knows. He knows some basic, like, social cues and stuff. And I don't. I do. It's just I intentionally ignore them. Because, like, what are you going to do?
Colleges are.
What are you going to do? I'll throw you over the fucking mountain, dude. I'm like, whoa! just into a dot. It'd be funny. It would be funny to watch.
Bones can break easily.
Combined, we have over 400 fractures. I literally have a broken rib right now. We live in
You're a broken rib.
Jay's parents' house.
Get it?
Am I doing it wrong?
Ooh, you were doing it dangerously.
Hillbilly Harry says it would suck to play behind them. I bet they have awesome short game, though.
But this year, we're gonna get married and move out. It's
I'm
not
sorry.
impossible. It's not ideal. Oh, okay. Think I can get it. This is not bad.
Of course, we do support their decision.
I have to do those jokes. I have to. This isn't going to turn it into JJ's show, which I'm sure he's already played these people. Look at all the things they need. They need, like, caretakers and, like, these little mobile thrones and this large vehicle to take them around. It's too much. Do you make this money? Where are you getting this money?
Move out. But what if something happens to them and we're not there? I fear for them for that.
Jay is in the hospital. For Jay to be hospitalized literally weeks before we get married, it's like they're terrifying.
Wow, she goes fast in that thing.
Really. Having to go through something like this really made me miss my family a lot.
Oh my god,
I want to
dude.
spend time with my family. It's been 5 years.
What the hell happened to TLC? This is the Learning Channel. I remember when TLC had like dinosaurs and stuff and like stuff about space. Now it's just trash, like National Enquirer stuff where they're like, look at this tiny family. Watch them have sex. Well, we don't get to watch them have sex, but I wouldn't. Ugh.
They haven't come to Georgia.
Sometimes you gotta create your own family.
This is Pamela.
Oh, wow.
That's mean, dude. That's mean. Come on.
If you were in my son's life, then you are in our life. It's just that simple.
I love you both very much.
Love you too.
Big B says, I remember watching surgeries on TLC. Oh, yeah. Open heart surgeries, and you see the thing, boom, 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 and you're like, whoa. Yeah, I remember that shit. Now it's just this. Like weirdos, dude. Just super fat people or like retards or something. And like, I'm intrigued. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I like be like, oh, like my 600-pound life, that is TLC has just become a modern freak show. That's what it is. It's just a modern freak show. It's like the old Barnum and Bailey, right? You pay, 5 cents and you get to see the half man or like the bearded lady or, the world's fattest woman or something like that. Now we just flip on TLC and here we go. I don't think those people have morals, These TV execs, I don't know about them. They seem pretty shady.
I know we're capable, even though most people count us out.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yes.
Okay.
This is not dancing. This is... Okay, well, let's watch him do it.
We are in love with each other, and we cannot wait to get married.
Oh, my God.
Please rise as we receive our bride.
Living my best life is getting married to someone that I really enjoy being
The
around.
dog's
You
there.
brought joy and hope.
So do they copulate? Do they have sex with each other? Why is the dog in a wedding dress? Do they? Is there like a breeder on hand? Do they have like some sort of special... Is there a third chair they have sex in? There's a lot of questions. I got a lot of questions.
To my life, and I can't wait to scream at the top of my lungs.
Despite says they have sex. Ew. 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 Is it like... Okay, now I'm asking about this guy's... His garbage, right? Is it normal sized for a black man? Is it normal size? Is he absolutely packing heat down there? Or is it proportional to the rest of his funky, I guess you can't answer that. I guess Good. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to answer that. Does he, though?
My lungs. You're my husband.
Rocky says, I hope they don't need a facilitator. That's what I'm thinking. They need like a third in there. In the chair that's smoking a cigarette. He's like, yeah, I'll help you. I love my job. Whoa, dude. Anyways, despite I'm mad at you for giving me that.
Good care of yourself without having to.
No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. Despite says he's a troon. Hold on.
A broken rib right now. We live in Jay's parents' house.
Okay. Ooh.
Am I doing it wrong?
Ooh, you were doing it dangerously.
But this year,
It could be. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. I mean, that would be. I mean, like, that would be. Pick a struggle. God hates you. You have all this going for you, and then you're like, now I'm going to become like a troon, and like now I'm going to be okay. I get you didn't get the body that you wanted, but you kind of have to deal with the cards you're dealt, And you just got the Joker.
For expensive insurance that may or may not be there for you when you need it. So,
If I tased him, he'd die. He'd just explode. Right? He would not survive. He would just vaporize.
yeah, interested in the
Into like
conversation.
confetti, dude.
And she's a doctor too. She didn't.
Frozen says, fuck you. Why? Why does Frozen say fuck me? Why does Frozen say that about me?
Say, I don't think you shouldn't have health insurance. Wow, look at this dude's comment. Holy shit, some guy's.
All right, hold on.
That was a fucking novel, dude. Look, do the.
Well, what's Frozen's show called? I don't know what Frozen's show's called. Because I was going to pop in and be like, hey, fuck you.
Math on this. Let's say the average.
You know what? It's fair because I honestly like rip on him mercilessly. Like absolutely mercilessly. When we were in Vegas, I made him sleep with the stinky one. I'm like, you're Frozen. You go. You go. And I had my own bed. And then I made Hammy sleep on the floor. And I had my own bed. I was the only one with my own bed. I made Frozen sleep with the stinky one, and I made Hammy sleep on the floor. And I just like sprawled out, and I was like, ah. It was nice.
Average person's health insurance. Look up what the average person's health insurance is. And then,
oh, you just rated me? I didn't see that. Because I'm looking at. I don't see a raid. Oh, yeah. There it is. Da shit show. Thanks, Frozen. Lifelong besties, you and me, buddy.
with that over 30 years, what that would be.
You and me, Frozen, till the end.
Profits don't belong in insurance. Well, actually, it's like the number one. Insurance is actually
hey, douchey Nazi.
The number one money
Yeah, if you could hit the like button, I would appreciate that.
maker. That and information. Those two things is the biggest money maker in America.
Dance not. I understand that he rated me, okay? I'm sorry for all the terrible things that I will say to Frozen in the future.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Okay.
It's a lot, dude. I mean, it's yeah. I can't even help it at this point. It's just part of. Like, if I made a conscious effort not to rip on Frozen, I don't think it would work. I think it would just. No, I don't think it would work. Anyways, there was something else. Let's watch Trad Wives.
Welcome back to the
because we got the point with the medical thing, right? Let's watch Trad Wives. I want to dive into this Trad Wife thing. I was thinking about making it its own episode, but again, this is Friday, and there's a good group here. So we're going to jump into trad wives. Is it a fetish? Is it a fetish? Yes, in my opinion, yes. Are they always attractive? No, of course not. That's a silly thing to say.
Papa Meat Channel, how you doing? How you doing? Come on and sit on down because today we're gonna talk about women. I love women. Like I like the new merch that we have. Look at that.
Jess says this relationship sounds a little dysfunctional, and there's fun in dysfunctional. It's a little wordplay for you.
You know why I love women? Because they read smutty books like this. Remember this? Got the nice.
You let your women read? What? That's your first mistake, dude. That's gonna lead them to voting, and then eventually marching, and then abortion. Is that what you want? You're just pro-abortion? Well, you're going to hell. Don't let women read. It's nothing but trouble.
Book of evil, book of smut.
Nothing
Icebreakers up there. You got
trouble.
Thorn of whatever.
They're going to read their smutty books, and they're going to, strum the old banjo and stuff. Women porno books are weird.
And condolences and all that stuff. But today we're talking about women. Nowadays, women have more
Onia says most of the trad wives I've seen are ugly, to be honest. I've seen good-looking ones.
freedom than ever before. You know what? I'm going to stand by it. Gone are the days of wives being confined to strict and narrow expectations of the nuclear family. Right? Everyone just shake your...
I can see there's some disagreement in the chat about letting women read, and you do you.
head in unison.
I know I don't let Jess read. I intentionally taught her wrong, just so she'd look stupid. just so she would look stupid. I taught her how to read wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, as most men see marriage as...
And now she's teaching my son to read, and God, it's hilarious. It's just so funny, and I just really have to keep a straight face. Because I'm like, dude, they're going to think you're fucking retarded. I'm like eating popcorn.
An equal partnership where both of them have equal say.
When me and Jess first started dating, I convinced her that in California, we call croutons croutons. So every time we went to a restaurant, every time we had dinner with my parents, she would say croutons. And I had this going for like 4 or 5 months. And it was really funny. It was really funny. Until one day she asked my mom, and my mom was like, no, we say croutons. And then she looked at me, and I was dying. I was dying laughing. I was dying laughing.
And how to navigate life together. Yeah. Back in the
That's funny.
day, however, relationships had a strange hierarchy to them, where the man was the head of the house.
Big B says, my wife has never voted. She told me it doesn't matter based. Your wife sounds smart. Like, she's right. It doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Told he brought home the money while the woman tended to the housework and watched the kids. How the good times are gone, right, Nick? Strangely enough, many men have grown to miss these
Couch surfing in the chat using speak to text.
old school traditions.
Because she can't read, you know. And I cut her fingers off.
They believe that this was the way things were meant to be. You think that most women would detest going back to this era of powerlessness?
Sushi says, I like to say croissant like croissant. That's pretty funny. I can see that. Go to France and say croissant. Can I have a croissant? It doesn't matter because they fucking hate you anyway. If you've been to France and like talk to French people, they fucking hate you, dude. They hated me. So fuck those people. Fuck those people.
Right? But no. You may be surprised to find out that there is a growing community of women that openly
See, that one wasn't bad.
promote and glamorize the traditional lifestyle. And these people, these fucking cockroaches, are referred to as trad wives or traditional wives. There are a lot of strange characters on this side of the internet, so let's dive right in.
Yes, even Margie found that she could learn to cook.
Jess Wegg says that's pretty funny, but if I know Jess at all, which I don't, but I think she got you back in her own way. Yeah, she's making me pay for kids.
What's wrong with
kids are expensive?
Dude, you know what? If a woman wants
Kids
to
are fucking pricey.
cook and clean and stop that yapping, who am I to say no? Wish my wife was a trad wife.
Hunter, she can hear
If
you.
I say it
And I'm sure, like, a lot of you, Jess, I'm pretty sure you have kids.
loud enough, I hope she does.
A lot of people in here have kids. It's a weird demographic I have in my chat. There's like a lot of you are older than me.
Let's hear it.
Which I don't know why that's weird. It's just I didn't think you were.
It just broke my...
Because I see the things you say, and I'm like, how are you so juvenile constantly?
My wrist. Just kidding.
It's true, dude. Some people in the chat, I'm all like, damn, dude, you're like 45. Some people in the chat just come and fucking start drama in my chat. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? That, not always, but that does happen. I'm like, I'm not a fucking kindergarten teacher. I'm not here to like be like, oh, no, I'm not doing that.
Imagine that. But first, where did this resurgence come
And Pooh, mid-40s, 3 kids. There you go. Bingo. I'm a little ways off from you. I'm a little ways off.
from, right? Why are people fucking being Marty McFly and wanting to go back in time to that,
I'm sorry, though. Would. Come on.
Era. You have a machine, would you fuck your mom from the past?
What?
No. Exactly. See, exactly. He did this. That's how I know it's real. You gave me a little Tom and Jerry.
She watches these videos.
She watches these videos. This is Nick's mom. He says a lot of crazy things when you're not looking. Many believe that the trad wife aesthetic is linked to the girl bossification of femininity.
It says I come to listen to Senpai John and his teachings. Shut up. Shut up. Teachings. I'll teach you how to read bad.
In the mid-2010s, emphasizing female
and not good grammar either.
empowerment. Women were encouraged to climb up the corporate ladder and make a name for themselves without depending on men. Over time, there became a romanticized depiction of the earlier era, where on the surface, everything...
And Pumesa says, hey, pull me finger. See, it's spreading. Now everyone's going to have bad grammar and, like, riddled with spelling mistakes.
Seemed much more simple. Of course, back then it was much more doable for one man to make enough money to purchase a house and provide for the entire family, right? Those days are gone, all right? Working at a glue factory at the age of 18 and be able to buy a house, that...
Dude, she says, you'll be my wife one day, Lorraine. God, dude. You know what I miss is good movies. I feel like they don't make good movies anymore. And that's the oldest thing I've ever said in my life. I feel like they don't make good comedy movies. When was the last time you saw a good comedy movie? It's been 15 years. When was the last time you saw a good comedy movie? I feel like they just don't. They make TV. They make decent TV. They make good TV. I'll be real with you. They don't make good movies anymore. What's a good movie? Can you name a good movie that's happened in the last 2 or 3 years? Maybe I haven't seen it. You know? Because they got to be out there. Right? I feel everything's like Marvel or like Guardians of the Galaxy or some... Like, everything is just like this cookie-cutter kind of bullshit. And there's no, like, art to it anymore, right? It's like trying to pander to the broadest audience you possibly can. You know why? They're trying to get the Chinese market. And so they can't have, like, little niche innuendos that only American audiences would understand. No, it's just fucking bright colors and explosions and shit like that. And a very tacked-on love story. And then the Chinese eat it up. Like dogs.
That's gone. That's not coming back, right?
What? Really?
Exactly. You're being like, we're a Crayola family. We do nothing but make crayons. That's gone. We don't do that anymore. Wipe all the liberal tears. Women that yearned for this era had begun making content where they showed off their traditional lifestyle. Visually,
Rob Helps says nothing happens in this chat. See, look at her. She looks good. That's a good looking one. That ain't a bad looking one. Who said they're all ugly? She's not ugly.
dress straight out of the 50s, cook food from scratch, clean their home, and push their traditional ideals.
Barefoot and pregnant.
Barefoot and pregnant. Want that bumper sticker. Ironically,
Jess is usually barefoot and pregnant.
most of the trad wife
through like most of our marriage.
influencers we're going to be talking about today are making tons of money off their content. Not so trad after all. IMO, TTYL, G2G.
You gotta make money somehow as a trad wife.
Somehow. It's definitely not OnlyFans.
You know, being a trad wife would be sick if you could, like, go to the grocery store and pay, like, 20 cents for a dozen eggs and, like, get enough groceries for a month for, like, you know, $20. That's the kind of trad wife I want. I want the economic trad wife who just steals most of the food.
Only trads. Why is that not a thing, dude? Only trads. It's just like.
Is that not trad wife enough? That's not the trad wife there. Well, make it happen, okay? And then when you come home, I'm gonna beat you, right? Not because you did anything wrong, but because my sports team lost, and you know it's the 50s.
Recipes and shit, but they're topless. There's all over.
And that means I'm drunk and violent. I'm back from the war. I saw my friend's head explode. Poof.
You gotta cut that part. These are one of many reasons that people view trad wife content as a completely unrealistic, fetishized depiction of the era. One that came.
Who cares? Let them do their thing. Who cares? Who cares? Oh, they're just fetishists and stuff like that. They're who? You know how many? You have gay pride parades, you know, rolling down the street, ass fucking each other on a wagon pulled by like a camel and shit like that. And everyone's like, oh, they're so brave. They're so brave. But a lady bakes a pie for her husband and you're all like, oh, you're a disgusting degenerate. Calm down. Calm down.
Haters to the male fantasy of control and submission. I hate that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we all hate it. Right, Jacob?
The fuck you say to me, you little shit?
He said yeah.
Yeah.
Now, to get a better idea of some of these trad wives in action, we're going to take a look at 3 of the most
What the fuck is up with these Rumble ads? There's 63 people in here, and they're going to offer me 65 cents for an ad read? No.
prominent trad wife influencers. Just so I can get a little peek. It's not bad. Just so I can wrap my head around it. That could also probably be taken in a different light, huh? Wrap my head around it.
Oh, something's getting wrapped
I just want to have a look.
Let's see what's going on.
Dude, she says shotgun and beers and smoking on the shitter kind of gal. That's a trad wife. That's a trad. You know, you have her. Okay, I was gonna say you have your baby in the bathroom kind of trad wife, but my wife had her baby in the bathroom, and she got it. She got it herself. I didn't even help. I was in bed. It's just us. I was like, you got it. And she's like, oh! I was like, yeah, see, I told you. What are you doing? I'm hungry.
Let's see what's happening.
Lazy. She's fucking lazy.
With SDC Williams, who is a 26-year-old trad wife TikToker that posts videos of her cooking and cleaning with a heavily 50s aesthetic. I do.
Rocky Macabre says beer in the shower is better. Damn, dude. I haven't. See, she looks all right. Her face is a little weird, but she looks all right. I haven't had a shower beer in decades. I haven't had a shower beer in decades. Not that I can remember, dude. It sounds nice, but it's just like, maybe I should do that.
She looks like Marilyn Monroe.
I'll tell you, I'm glad we're not going.
Jess Wake says, what, Jess? You had a baby at your own home? Yeah. You didn't know that? Yeah, we had a home birth, and she had it in the bathroom right over there. Pointing at it. All by herself. Well, I was there, but it was just us. No midwife, no nothing. Nope. And she was like, she kept looking at me. She was like, I'm not okay. I'm like, you're fine. You got this. You're fine. And I was right. Again, weird. Weird.
Going back to that time music. They probably listen to Christmas music just all year, right?
Cash Chirping says, Goofy, he was a great support for real. No, I just didn't want to go to the hospital. Really more lazy.
I like the 50s Fallout aesthetic.
That's all. It always comes back to that, doesn't it? It's like New Vegas.
Just as I did not know this at all. Wow. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Just caught it herself. Just pulled it out of her body and shit and everything. She was all like, I don't know what's happening. Is my vagina falling out? I'm like, no, that's a baby. I can see it. That's a baby coming out of you. Yeah. That's definitely a baby. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, that's a fucking baby. I was super nonchalant about it, too.
Is it like New Vegas? Anything and everything. You like my car? Yeah, it's a nice car. Yeah, it reminds me of New Vegas. Like it's a Chevy Volt. Yeah, it's like New Vegas. Anyways, she's married to a man named Connor. And apparently, the two of them spent several hours on their first date bonding over the idea of traditional marriage.
Look, she looks pretty. What's wrong with that? Everyone's like, oh, she's a fetishist. Again, who cares? I know I already said this, but like, men butt fucking in the open street in the middle of the week, daytime. And everyone's so proud, you know, pride. But a lady puts on a dress and she's like, I like traditional values and I want to have a lot of kids. And people lose their minds? What is with people? What is with people? I don't understand the society that we're living in. I don't get it. Social Observer, Fiverr, thank you so much. How did you handle the birth certificate? Did you have to register with a SSN? Yeah, there's a process you have to go to. You have to like show the sonogram and then be like, look, here's the baby. I pulled it out of my body. We have like a whole video of it happening and everything. Yeah, there is a process that you have to go through. It's not that difficult.
I gotta say, that's a strong first date conversation. How you doing? I'm Connor. I love traditional marriages.
Oh my God, me too.
You want to sit here for 2 hours and talk about it? Yeah. Does this feel a bit weird? You're gonna wear a dress? I planned on it.
Do you have to be threatening? Do you have to be like overly aggressive? If you're going to play the other part, right? Do you have to like wear a wife beater and stuff like that and drink heavily? I think we could do this. Honey, I know you have the dress.
Okay, good. Guess I shouldn't accuse him of being a wife beater.
I'll get drunk right now and I'll be violent.
I'm not trying to. That's not what I'm saying. According to a segment they had on Dr. Phil, because yes, they were.
Dr. Phil! What? Why is this such a big deal? Can somebody tell me why this is a big deal? Why is having a traditional, like, man and woman... is it because they're white? Is it because people hate white people? Is that why? These white people, they're going to reproduce, and that's a huge problem? Is that what it is? We have to, like, publicize how big of a fucking problem it is because we don't want white people around anymore? That's definitely what it feels like. That's what it feels like. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. I don't think I'm wrong.
Connor believes that men are born to be leaders.
Do I have a black wife beater, Joe? No, I do it myself.
Amen, brother.
Hey, Connor, you know what? Semper Fi, brother. You're fucking right. Hell yeah. Sometimes she'll post videos about the things that the two of them practice in their marriage.
Did you like that one, Kabuki? Social Observer for another 5. Thanks, bro. Damn, that kid could have been sovereign without the SSN, but then you have to learn to navigate this commercial world differently. Yeah, see, we did that because we want to travel. We want to be able to, like, get him a passport and stuff like that. And we wouldn't be able to do that if he was completely off the radar. Otherwise, we would have definitely thought about doing that. Just completely just not tell the government about him at all. Yeah, no, we have to. We have to get him a passport. We want to travel. We want to be able to ride in a plane and shit. If we didn't have to do that, it'd be a different story. But we do. So, yeah.
And among them, she explains that, 1, her husband always gets the final say.
Thank you, Pamaki.
How do I implement this in my life, dude? 2, neither of them have opposite sex friendships as it opens.
Just Wig says, thanks, that's amazing. Color me impressed, Miss Ma'am. It's not that hard to have a baby at home. We had a baby in the hospital, And then after I saw the whole process of how it went in the hospital, I was like, we can do this at home. This is not going to be an issue. And it wasn't. It's like changing your own oil. Like, you see them do it at the mechanic shop, and you're like, oh, it's just a couple of things. I mean, you really don't. You kind of need to be, you need to know a little bit, right? Like, oh, that's too much blood. Or like, oh, that shouldn't be happening. Or like, is she supposed to be asleep this long? Yeah, these things, yeah. If there's a problem, call an ambulance. Like that. But if there's not, you're okay. They've been doing this since the dawn of time. It's not hard. Everything goes fine as long as you just don't fuck with her. She'll be okay. She'll be okay. You just step back and then just kind of monitor shit. You don't need anything special.
The door to potential affairs. Fair.
I don't want my girl hanging.
Everyone's like blown away when we tell them we had them at home. And it's just like, why? It wasn't hard. I just sat there. I did. I just sat there. For like 3 days, dude. I mean, like, I was like, okay, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep. You just keep her fed.
Now with other men.
Yeah, dude. Last time my girl hung out with, well, besides, so Allison has the guy that comes
Dan
out.
Snot says there's a reason for midwives. Yes. However, there's a whole big problem with the government and midwives because once a midwife, look, so there's a bunch of rules with midwives where, like, if, you know, the pregnancy goes beyond this amount of time, or if the labor looks like this, then she has to automatically cut it, or she could be liable, and then it has to go to the fucking the hospital and stuff like that. But pregnancies, even with those things, they're still completely normal, and that happens, you know. So they have these very, like, over-critiquing guidelines for how a birth should go. And so we were just like, nah, we don't need that. And it went fine. It went completely smoothly. It was okay. It was just me and her, and then, boom, it happened.
Over. Yeah. But once again,
I mean, it wasn't that fast. It took a while.
If my Steam Deck, I go in the other room. It's totally fine. Actually, I just got this PS2 thing. I'll tell you about it later.
Renee says, I've been drinking and can't focus no more. You do you, girl.
Lastly, she submits and serves her husband the way it is explained in the Bible. Bible, my bad. Also, I want to say so far,
the Bible.
If you want your husband to get the final say, who gives a shit? Listen, guys, I'm a fucking little pussy whipped hound.
Okay, Jess. Nay, nap. Snoozing time. I'm with you laying in bed relaxing. Okay. Everyone's just chilling. It's a chill sesh.
Chill. I can never overpower.
We're just talking about trad wives and... Hold on, I have to sneeze.
Thing with Allison. No.
Cook. There we go.
Nothing wrong with that?
No.
Yeah, just talking about trad wives and birth of babies and stuff like that and the medical system in general, so... It's just your typical Friday on the Sulk stream. You know it is. You know it is.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Online, people have theorized that this is all...
Nia says, John, stop pretending like you did nothing during birth. You did the hardest work of all. Telling Jess to be quiet because she won't stop screaming. Mm-hmm. Pat myself on the back. I did a good job. No, but, like, really, though, like, a big problem... A big problem with people having babies at home is the husband's freaking out. And, like, the husband's, like, not trusting the process. And, like, basically, you know, oh, something's going to happen. She's going to die. They're going to both die. Everyone's going to die. That kind of shit. No, you're not going to die. She's not going to. Just said to my face, she's like, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. We need to go to the hospital. I'm like, no, we don't. No, we don't. Boop. And she's like, ah. And we were fine. We were fine. See, it goes by my cardinal rule. And this is a rule to live by. Never listen to women. They don't know what they're talking about.
All of a song.
She was okay.
An attempt to grow a platform by catering content to conservative men.
Despite for a $5, hopefully this answers some of your earlier questions. And he dropped us a link. Let's see what the link is. What are the earlier questions? Oh my God, dude. Okay, fine. Since you donated.
He's the freak in the sheets.
Oh God. You're both freaks in the streets.
One time when we had an intimate moment, she threw me against the wall. I was not expecting it.
Well, how hard is that? What, did she sneeze and it just blew you again? Whoa.
So I just want that to be known.
Who are Jay and Pamela from TLC's latest reality show? The show of the same name premiered on March the 4th and follows the couple who share the same rare bone disorder.
Osteogenesis imperfecta, type 3.
Okay, social observer with another 5. Did you eat the placenta like a Chad dad? No, I didn't. And I had to be careful not to. Because Jess had this thing where it's like she like sends it off and they like dry it out and grind it up and put it into pills and stuff like that. And those pills look like the vitamins I take sometimes. So like I was very careful not to eat her placenta. I mean, yeah. And even if I did, I'd be like, well, that's just another gross thing I've done. It's just, being a dad is like, it's semi-medical. You have to do, I did a medical procedure last night, and Jess, I didn't want to do that, but she made me do that. And I was like, I don't want to do that. And she's like, you have to. I could get an infection. I don't know if she's going to be mad at me.
Type 3 is one of the most severe types so far that we know of.
Placenta pills for what? It's just a placenta. So so the placenta has like a bunch of vitamins and nutrients and stuff in it that like the mother's body kind of needs and stuff. It's pretty common for like animals to eat their placenta because it's vitamin rich and stuff. And so crunchier moms do that too.
19 types now, but when we were born, there was only like 4 types. With ours, our bones are very fragile, combined together.
Whoa! You guys seeing that? It looks like spaghetti. That's wild. That's her bones? Whoa. That's what. Ooh, it looks painful.
We've had like about over 200 broken bones.
400.
400? Yes, 400 broken bones at this time.
Despite their condition, they're determined to live independently and are currently planning their wedding after first meeting online 5 years ago.
What's independently? What is independently to you guys? Does that mean you have somebody come to the house every day but leave at night? Because you do need help. What is independent to you guys?
It's not gonna let me win that easy, so we definitely had to start slow, which is good. That's fine. I definitely started as a friendship.
Yeah, it's like a silly straw for bones, and I bet they're hollow too, like a bird. You have 400 broken bones between you. Doing what? Sports? Are you guys like base jumpers or something like that? Do you guys like go on BMX rides on the weekends? I kind of doubt that. Do they just break?
Yes, we are also like a romantic couple, but also he's my best friend, and we've gone through already a lot together.
I don't know why I found it so weird seeing them kissing. It was just like, oh. Imagine if you're like, and look, I don't use the term incel derogatorily. Like, I don't. I honestly really don't. But imagine you're some incel, and not like one of the gross ones, like one of the normal looking ones, right? And then you just look over and you see like this guy. I guess you would be like, good for them because she's not hot. But if she was like hot, and then you'd be like this guy, and then you'd be like, oh, well, he's probably got a lot of money. And you'd just be like, well, I hope this plane crashes.
And we just keep choosing each other at the end of the day, even when things are...
Kabuki Tot says bumper cars. Bumper cars? Is that... They can't even get on... They're not big enough to ride the bumper cars. At, like, the fair? they can't go on any of the rides. Probably specifically because they're made of glass.
Are hard.
Jay and Pamela made a powerful entrance onto our screens, and one scene from the show quickly went viral.
When we had an intimate moment, she threw me against the wall.
Now, in that moment
And I broke 17 bones.
of me pinning him against the wall,
Pinning him? Ew, you nasty slut. Ew.
intimacy, it can be done in various ways.
Uh-huh.
Disabled adults are adults, and we have the same desires and wants, and it's natural.
In the first episode,
I'm not saying it's not. But you find this sexy? That's. He looks like a kid. He looks like a little kid.
Jay opened up about his journey as a trans.
Oh. So you guys aren't actually having sex. No. Okay, so it's not like actual sex. It's just pretend time. It's like you're playing house, just like what you're doing.
I take testosterone, and I have been for 6 years. And
Yeah, you did tell him. You did tell me. I just didn't. It's hard to tell because he's already in a child's body, and like, I was thrown by the nose. Look at the width of that bad boy. That is wow. That's a lot.
all that I've done currently as far as the
Tweety says, I'd argue that none of this is natural. Yeah, well, if you wanted to go by natural, I'd be like, you should both be dead at the bottom of a canyon or a well or something like that, because your mother would see you at birth and be like, no, no, no. And then, yeet. And then just yeet you into the canyon, right? And nobody would blame her. Nobody would be like, hey, what happened to that baby you just had? Oh, it came out a monster, so I threw it into a canyon. And they're like, oh, yeah, that happens. It happens, yeah. So it's okay. You have 11 more. So sometimes but now, people are like, oh, it's a life. We have to coddle it and pressure. And then it turns trans. At least it's not one of the dangerous ones. The FTM or the MTF ones are the dangerous ones. No, but the other one has done that too. They're all dangerous.
The cool side of things. I haven't had any side effects or anything.
And I don't want people to be like, oh, you're such a transphobe. A phobia is an irrational fear. I don't think there's anything irrational about a crazy person with a gun,
That's affected my OI directly.
It has actually benefited
Seems pretty rational to me.
him in regards to his bone health, because testosterone does make you stronger. So he's the one that takes out the trash.
But for Jay and Pamela, their reality.
Big B says, what a waste of insurance money. I know, they're jacking up our rates. They basically live at the hospital, and that's before she has to do all her, hormone therapies and, staple on her peanut-sized wiener. It's got to be this big. I mean, it's not going to get a big old thing, It's got to be that big. Yeah, and so that's a whole nother thing. These people are just a drain. Just a drain on resources.
The show is more than just entertainment. They hope to inspire and uplift viewers along the way.
No, you're not an inspiration. No, you're not an inspiration. You're a freak show. That's what you are. Look, and I'm sorry, but I got to level with you, because you're a freak show. That's what you are. You're not an inspiration. And there's other people that are inspirations. I can't name any right now, but you're not it. Okay? You just existing is not it. With all medical technology and state funding, look, I'm an inspiration. No, you're not. You're not even doing anything. You're injecting steroids and then acting like a guy, but in a chair. It's not inspirational. I'm not inspired by you. Oh, I can do anything. If this little thing can cling to life against all odds with millions of dollars in insurance money, then I can do anything. I can go out and I can ask that girl at the bar to, go have a drink with me. And then she's like, fuck you, loser. And then, oh, right. I blame you.
People that, maybe have a layer, I guess.
Doge says 400 broken bones, that is a suffering existence. And trans. That's a suffering existence. You ever seen a happy trans person? Neither have I. Sure, they're like, oh, I'm so happy. Oh, I feel so much better. No, not true. I don't believe you. Nope.
I guess when it comes to...
Sure, say it all you want. Be my guest. Say it into the mirror over and over. I'm happy now. I'm happy now. I'm happy now. And as the years tick by, you just die. You just die a little bit every single day until one day you can't take it. And then you do one of two things.
I've had to deal with things with my...
It's not anybody's fault but your own. Right? You bought into some weird propaganda. You spent too much time on Reddit, and you heard other people, which probably are not trans, tell you that is the best decision you could ever make for yourself. And they're so much happier. Those are probably like double agents or people just intentionally fucking with you. People go onto the forums and post pictures of real girls and say, oh, 4 months on TRT, I hope I look good. And then people will just seethe with jealousy. They're like, I want to look like that. I want the boobs and stuff like that. I want to be hot. You won't be. You won't. You won't. You know how many fucking 4'9" bearded guys I see? A lot more now. A lot more now than I used to.
Physical disability, but I also have had to deal with things related to my autism and things like that. It's really cool to be the representation that you needed as a child.
The Democrats are keeping their voters alive with our money. They don't need living voters. They can go to the graveyard and start writing names down. And then look at this one. Look at the utter contrast.
Unless she likes being...
Do you see the utter contrast in... look. Sorry, hold on. We'll get to it.
You think I can never overpower anything with Allison? No, dude. I'm a cuck.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
No.
I'm a cuck? What did he say? Did he say that?
Yeah. Online, people have theorized.
Look at the contrast. See that? And then old, look at that. You see that? You see the contrast here? You see that? Who do you legitimately think is happier? People don't get mad about this. People don't get mad about this. They're not like, oh, you're just a weird fetishist. You're living in delusion land and stuff like that. Well, some people do. I do. But, and then they go to this lady and they're like, oh, she's terrible. Right? Oh, you're so brave. You're an inspiration. You're a slut. I hate you so much. I hope you die. You are beautiful and the man's man. Whore!
I said, this is all a facade.
A lot of it stems from jealousy. Let's be real.
Attempt to grow a platform by catering content to conservative men, which let me tell you, dollar bills, right?
Nothing wrong with any of this, really.
Let me ask you this realistically. Do you think that any of that's wrong?
As long as no one's getting beaten?
Yeah, if it was somewhere she's just like, man, he could slap me around, and I can't.
If she's into it, what's the problem with that? You're going to stop her from... What if she's into it? What if she's into it? What if she's into it? I'm just saying, I'm not... No, this is a very legitimate question. What if she's into it?
Can't say anything about it, sweetie. Just no bruises on the eyes this time. Like that, I'd be like, well, what are we doing?
Unless she likes
I don't know. A bruise on the eye can look kind of cute.
being beaten.
I don't even know in a world where I'm like, do we? Even then, I don't. Let's say I'm passing her at a grocery store.
It's cute. You got a girl walks down the street. She's got a black eye, and you're like, oh, she's learning.
Oh my God, are you okay? No, I wanted this. I'd be like,
Well, what if it's a bed thing?
to punch somebody in the face?
Well, rough.
Listen,
love.
I get it, dude. Rough hanky panky. I get it. But I'm saying, punch in the face, fat lip. He's a great lover. Eyes swollen shut, looking like fucking Rocky. Cut it. Cut it. You have to cut it so she can see. Adrian.
As long as it's consensual, man.
Okay. You know what? More power to you. I'm not trying to shame anybody. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying that's what you should do, but like, look, if we're in the era of like where, things like this are allowed to exist, if she likes to take a punch, then that's her prerogative. That's all I'm saying.
We're just putting it out there.
Not saying that's common. I am not saying that's common or even a good thing. I'm not saying that's a good thing, but
Throwing it out, see what comes back. I don't know.
I think it's empowering to give the woman the option if they want this type of.
If she wants me to beat the shit out of them, that's big of you, dude.
But here I have to lay down a warning here. If she's if she's like, I want to get punched in the face, they'll punch me right in the eye. She's crazy, but that might not be automatically a bad thing, especially if you're into it. But if she uses that to blackmail you, that could be a gigantic problem. So I'd be very careful about that.
Want me to beat the hell out of you?
that could become a problem very quickly. So you got to measure that crazy. Like, how crazy is she? Is she gonna like, I'm gonna be in jail crazy, or is she like, this is gonna be a lot of fun crazy? It's a fine balance. You see, it's a very fine balance.
While some creators have been incredibly successful at...
They look great. Over here, look. Which one would you rather have? Just on a day-to-day person, like just around, which one would you rather see about town? These things, or this one? These ones, all of these. I think I know the answer.
At delivering the traditional aesthetic in a way that many can buy into. Others,
Renee's is a little too drunk. Okay, goodbye, Renee's.
however, are grifters that are less subtle.
I hate that Pearl chick. Ew, I hate that girl.
Like Lily Gaddis, the most aggressive trad wife.
Is that self-proclaimed aggressive?
I hope it is. Lily Gaddis is a self-described trad wife who went viral after posting a TikTok rant, cooking a meal while complaining about how certain guys falsely claim that women are gold diggers.
I couldn't care less about your fucking money, okay?
I don't think there's a problem with that. Look, women want to be taken care of. And men want a girl that is like pretty and like youthful and sweet and all that, right? We both want things out of each other. Can we just acknowledge that? Okay? You do the things that I want, and I'll do the things that you want. And we can have a happy thing going on. Everything's fine. And, it's not about love then. I disagree. I firmly disagree. Just because you have certain standards that need to be completed, met, doesn't mean it's not about love. It's just like, you know what I'm trying to say? It's okay if she has her needs and like her standards, and it's okay if if you're 400 fucking pounds, I'm not interested. I don't care if you have a heart of gold. I don't give a fuck about your personality. I mean, like, if you're 400 pounds, it is a no, dog. That's a no for me. And from her point of view, like, if you're living in a fucking box under the freeway, it's probably also a no. So let's be fair.
And in the video, she casually drops the N-bomb. She says,
Nice.
I don't know if it's because you get your information from street interviews in like Miami. You're getting the opinion of some dumb whores and immigrants fresh off the boat looking for a green card. Everybody I know who's...
God, she sounds like she sounds based as fuck. She sounds nice. She sounds like she's not gonna get in trouble. She doesn't have a past. You know, she sounds like there is a million guys that would wipe that shit up in a minute. Oh no, she says the N-word sometimes? I would never do that. No one has ever done that. Ever. Ever. Look, every guy has said the N-word of every race. And there are some guys that have never said the N-word, and those are fucking pussies. No one wants those. No chicks want those guys.
married right now. They're married to broke ass
men.
D&D says, but John, what about all the trips to Disney? I'm not going to fucking Disney. What? No. What do you mean? No, we're not going to Disney. No, there's a bunch of fat weirdos there anyway.
Men. I can't say the word, nor have I ever. Which I will say, compared...
You liar.
Listen, here's the thing about, like, if you were to dress up like you're from 1955 and be like, I just want to stay home and cook and clean, and I love my husband, and I respect, like, I serve him. You can even be like, I can even go that far, I serve him. More power to you.
It's
right?
cosplaying.
That rant right there, I'm gonna say no shot on that one. All right, you know that's a little something.
So you're an unashamed racist.
Correct.
Fuck you, Pierce Morgan, you absolute... Oh, I can't even say it because I'm on YouTube. But, like, come on. Shut the fuck up, Pierce Morgan. No, only boomers watch you, dude. You are completely irrelevant in the modern era. No, go ahead. Sit there and be like, I don't think that's very nice.
Picture
Fuck
this.
you, dude.
You're home alone, and suddenly... the worst happened.
Rocky says we all used to talk like that. Of course we did. Of course we... Look, and not even used to. I still do that. I still do that. Not on YouTube. Because YouTube's got all their rules and stuff like that. And you can't hurt anybody's feelings. Well, you can hurt people's feelings, but like you can't do it in certain ways, which is retarded. I can say retarded, right? I said it. It's retarded.
You have no one to run to, no one to yell to. You're all alone.
Pierce is a good troll. Okay. God, imagine if that was your son. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Lose some weight.
This could have been...
I'm a good dad. I'm a good dad. I don't let my son win at video games, and then he cries about it. And I know he's only 4, but he's got to learn sportsmanship now, right? I'm not going to go easy on you. I know you're 4. One day you'll beat me. I understand that. And, but until then, I'm going to crush you. I'm going to absolutely stomp you. It's not even going to be fair, and I'm going to laugh when you cry.
Easily avoided with the Meat Canyon Patreon, where you get behind-the-scenes perks, monthly stickers.
You're right, Doge. It would be retarded not to say retarded. You know, it would be retarded. It's stupid not to say retarded. It's stupid not to... Banning specific words is fucking Orwellian bullshit, okay? Because you're just going to think of another word, and then they're going to be offended by that. And then it's just this whole kind of treadmill you're going on where it's all like, oh, I found a new word that offends you. Until, oh, I can't say that one anymore. Until they just whittle down. Until you have like a list of acceptable words, which we have now, that you can say in public. And if you say any of those words, your livelihood is forfeit. Wow. We're already living in that time. How fucking gay and lame is that shit? Gay, lame, and retarded. I hope I can still say those things.
Support one of YouTube's most beloved channels.
Should have signed up to the Patreon.
Hillbilly Harry says 4 is when I put my boy into judo. And his boy is like fucking a national champion. Like, I would get my son into judo. I just don't think he would listen to anybody. He's got a bit of a listening problem.
Please, for your own safety, consider signing up to the Meat Canyon
Yeah,
Patreon.
sweetie, I can't say that. I can't say that, bro.
But she later goes
I'm with you, though. I'm with you 100%.
on to reveal her ideal man, which is
Broke mechanics and surfer hippie dudes who just want to live in a shack and surf and have babies.
the ideal
I like surfing.
man.
Not materialistic. She's
Not
like the Buddha.
materialistic. If anything, less materials the better. Broke mechanic. Yeah, he has nothing. He's good with his hands.
Oh.
He knows how to fix things. Huh? People in the comments were quick to make fun of the insane amount of seasoning she was aimlessly dumping
That is a lot.
onto her dish, while others pointed out that she had just used multiple stereotypes in a video about hurtful female stereotypes. Which I want to say this: how dare they? How dare they just throw?
Okay, so like, okay. So being a stereotype is a bad thing, but also calling somebody a stereotype, referring to them as a stereotype is a bad thing. Like if a black guy murders somebody, I'm not allowed to mention it was because he was black, right? But if she does things like a woman, I'm confused. This is why the left eats itself, right? Because they can't figure out what they're mad about. They're just angry. They're just angry in general, right? And they're completely run on emotion. There's no sort of like logic behind it whatsoever. Everything is emotional. Everything is about how they feel that day. And they can't remain consistent about anything, right? This is why their memes are fucking garbage, right? Because to have a good meme, to like have a funny meme, have a meme that's actually solid and like get some there has to be some sort of truth behind it. There has to be some sort of consistency or inconsistency depending on which direction you're trying to take the meme, right? They don't have that ability. The every leftist meme I see is just a wall of text lecturing me about how their point of view is superior. That's not a meme. Brevity is the soul of wit. And if you can't get your point across in a sentence, it sucks. It's a stupid point. It's not a point at all. You know, that's why they can't make good memes. Because they can't boil down their point, their topic, their reasoning into a very short, punchy, joke-like structure.
Out that she's just throwing on random seasonings, dude.
Yeah, it's her dish.
The white cuisine is full.
I need to turn off the auto white balance on my camera. I don't even know how to do that. Why? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? I don't know. Hit me up later and then tell me how to do that.
Flavor, as we know, right? Show a picture of a nice white cuisine. I feel so racially charged as being like a white dish, doesn't it?
A little.
What are the whites cooking?
Food and not mud.
That's a honky dish if I've ever seen one.
Sorry, we're not eating dirt cookies. It says, sorry, we're not eating neighborhood cats. What do you want?
Does that do anything for you? You don't like it?
It reminds me of goose.
Are you drunk?
I go from tan to white as I move around. And just... Sorry.
What kind of response reminds me of goose? What's that clear liquid you're drinking? Swatter. Reminds me of goose. It reminds me of the trash bird. After this video blew up, she ended up losing her job, which is to be expected.
Why? Why did she lose her job?
Seeing as the company she worked for is...
Oh, because she said the N-word? Why is that bad? I don't... Look... The question of why the N-word is bad is a difficult question to answer. And they will not answer that question. If I went up to somebody and asked why the N-word is bad, I bet they wouldn't know how to answer that. And it would bring up a bunch of bullshit about systematic oppression and slavery and shit like that. Things that don't really have a basis in reality, in our current modern day reality. And they would probably have a long 3-paragraph fucking response that would basically mean nothing. Again, if you can't boil it down to a very short type of fucking sentence, your point is moot. It means nothing. Okay?
Operated by a black woman, and she said,
Mary.
This is why Twitter is great, because you can only put so many fucking letters in before it's all like, okay, that's not a good tweet. That's it. That's all you get.
To broadcast.
Bleep it. Losing her job didn't matter at this point because she decided to fully embrace her extreme character, and the audience that she garnered really took a liking.
Just like says it means lazy and stupid. Pretty easy to define. Okay, but you can call somebody lazy and stupid, and that's not, you don't get fired for that? I mean, that's funny.
She started to blame her firing on the woke mob. Not a bad mob to point fingers at. Even making a fake apology video doubling down on her original statements. Roll that clip.
All the backlash just really made me just really do a deep dive, like do a soul search. And after all that, I still couldn't find a care.
Cute. She began
Dodge says it's a quick OBS setting. Okay, well, I'm not a scientist. I don't.
appearing on interviews on platforms like InfoWar and started a social media career.
I'll look into it, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Parading herself as a free speech activist. Nowadays, while her Twitter sits at 230,000 followers, her actual content has dwindled in views.
That's a lot.
Severely. Oh my.
Are you sure?
God, she's not hip. She fell off.
Dude, you know what I would
I mean, that's kind of how it works.
do? Double down even more.
That's what you got to do. Call out.
It's not because she said the N-word. And people are like, oh, well, I'm just not going. Look, it's pretty clear what this guy's beliefs are. And, I mean, just from the shape of you, bro. Just from, like, how you take care of your body, I can guess your political affiliations. So, I guess I'm going to take it with a grain of salt, but whatever. I like your videos. I don't dislike your videos. So we're here. That's why.
Out again.
Call out again. And then also with the Tried Wife's lifestyle, I'm saying go like a Little House on the Prairie with it. I'm hiring a guy to record me from the woods. You just see her like out there like cutting wood and shit, making pies in the middle of nowhere. That'd be kind of cool.
You put a bunch of trail cams.
Yeah, she looks like a deer, like and like the night vision.
Churning butter.
Yeah. Yeah, here's a twig snap. But now let's talk about one of the
That's funny. That's a funny bit. I'll give you that. I mean, you got good bits, bud. I mean, I don't hate you. I don't. You got good bits.
Successful Tried Wife influencers. Nara Smith. Nara Smith is an influencer with over 11 million TikTok followers. Okay?
Bots, but okay.
11 mil. More than me. More than a lot of people. More than most, Nick. She's a 23-year-old woman who makes content primarily focused around cooking food from scratch for her family, typically with soothing ASMR.
Okay, she goes for that 1920s kind of thing going. I see.
I started by combining some almond flour.
It's the ASMR. Yeah. It's the ASMR stuff. It's because everyone's fucking deeply autistic these days. Churning butter and night vision again, eh? Yeah, that's what he does. That's what he's doing.
Oil and some tapioca flour.
Okay, that's weird. Anyways, we're done. I think we're done. Are we done? I think we're done. Thanks for coming, guys. I hope you guys. Did you guys enjoy it? It's Friday. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. That's how I know that you enjoyed it. See, it's a secret code that only us cultists know about. Thanks for coming, guys. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and, do all those things. And I hope to see you again on Monday. I would appreciate that. And, have a great weekend. Get out there and make something of yourselves. Do some push-ups or something like that. Take care of yourselves like that. Again, you know. Anyways, have a good night. I'll see you guys on Monday. Be awesome. Be virtuous. Be good cult members. Share, subscribe, like, help the channel any way you can. If you want to hit me with donos, I would really appreciate that. And thank you so much for the donos you gave tonight. It was a good night. It was a good night, so I appreciate that. Anyways, guys, until Monday, I hope you're well. I hope you come back. And, you know, until then, drink a lot of water, get a good night's sleep, and take care of yourselves because I care about you too. I'll see you guys on Monday. Good night. Love you. Bye.
I'm an incredible soul, unhinged and enraged like a bulldog's fierce growl. I'm spitting fire, burning through these trees, questioning the world, unraveling conspiracies. Talking about Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster too. Government lies, they're feeding me their goo. I'm diving deep into this rabbit hole, uncovering the truth, setting fire to their control. I got small nipples, but my voice is loud, going like thunder in this crazy crowd. They say I'm crazy, but I call it woke, unraveling the madness with every word I spoke.